Today I'm going to take another look at my E-Flite UMX Timber X. So I have a lot of fun with the Night Timber X, the large 1.21. I think it's a fantastic flying RC airplane, and this is like a really tiny scaled down version than on the Timber X series. And this is not a easy RC airplane to fly in the aspect that it's really small and it's also really agile. So what I've done on mine, I've toned down the rates, and just to have this one flying like a larger RC airplane, then you really have to just have a lot of expo and maybe do like 90% on all control surfaces. I also discovered that this one is tail heavy, so you have to have the battery all the way forward, and if you can have like a 350 milliamp battery, which is a little bit heavier than the 300, that's also a really good option. And I also need to trim the elevator down a little bit. So let's go outside and fly this Timber X. Once you just dial the rates and set the expo right, I think this one is a well-controlled, tiny RC airplane. More or less you can fly this one as a larger RC airplane once it's set up how you want it. Then we have this screaming motor, which so many UMX RC airplanes have, and that's why I'm not looking at too many UMX RC airplanes, because I think that this screaming motor just takes away so much joy from flying them. And I probably just could consider to have one or a few UMX RC airplane if it really wasn't for this kind of screaming noise. I also think that when you have like these already RC airplanes, you cannot really do too much with them. Of course, you can adjust some linkage and such things, but they become a little bit boring. And I also enjoy my larger RC airplanes more because they're more visible in the sky, of course. This one, short able, just a nice snap rolls. And I'm having more fun with this one than the UMX Turbo Timber. I like agile RC airplanes, and although this is not as agile as the larger Timber X's 1.2 meter, of course, but it's a good combination then of controllable and agility. And you also have the flaperons, so you can slow this one down to a certain extent. It's a really lightweight RC airplane, so usually even if it just flips over or have bad landings, nothing bad will happen. I'm flying this one then on a 350 milliamp 3S battery, and you can do at least 5 or 6 minutes, maybe more.
Flaps up.
There's no wind today, so really good condition to fly this one, and it does get more kicked around when there's wind, of course. This screaming noise is just so annoying. I got a tip from a watcher down on my channel to look at the E-Flite UMX P51 small plane, because the motor on that plane doesn't scream. and he, I think, replaced his motor then in this Timber X, UMX Timber X, and then it was a really good motor sound. So the question that I have then, why couldn't E-Flite just put this motor inside this UMX Timber X just from the box? So sometimes I think manufacturers just do kind of odd decisions. I mean, just listen. I cannot see or imagine anyone appreciating this screaming noise. So timer then, I have like 30 seconds left. Usually it's very simple to get this one down. It crawls down to really slow speed. You don't have to be too careful, but let's just make a nice landing with this one. And it even does taxi quite well, even on grass, surprisingly, with these small wheels on this UMX Timber X. I think this is a very fun RC airplane to fly. But the thing is, I don't like the screaming noise of this RC airplane, and I heard that some have replaced their motors just to have a better sounding motor, which I think is a really great option. But if it can be done by a user, I don't know why E-Flite doesn't put in a low noise motor in this RC airplane, because that's the most negative thing, at least to me, with this one. And then, I mean, this is not as fun to fly as a larger, like 1.2 meter RC airplane, just because it is harder to keep track of orientation, especially when you go a little bit further away. I also think that inverted flying with this RC airplane, I don't know, maybe it's due to the kind of the weight balance of this RC airplane, it's not really that great. I think I just have to struggle a little bit to have it flying really level and straight without any quirky behavior. But overall, I think it's a fun one, a tiny fun one, and you can just toss it around the sky and do crazy things with this UMX Timber X.